Hello guys, my name is Almeida and I am back with one more video on VPC 101, and today I'll be talking about VPC endpoints. Well, VPC endpoint, it uses the AWS private link as a base and enable us to connect to AWS services using our private IP addresses, and it acts as if the service is hosted in our VPC. So we don't have to traverse the internet to access our services. So let's see some two scenarios here. The first scenario that we have is when we have AWS services here in the top and we would like to access them. One solution will be using the internet. So we will have to go from our private subnet, not not to the NAT device and to the internet gateway, and we will be able to access our services. So another solution will be using a VPC endpoint that solves the problem of using the internet, because in the previous scenario we will not be taking advantage of the AWS cloud and network to access our services. So using VPCs, we take full advantage of the AWS cloud and network. So we will get better bandwidth and stuff, and we'll be accessing the services that are provided by AWS in a private manner, and of course with uh, security in place. So let's see how we can implement this in a quick hands-on. So I'm already here on the on my console, and as the scenario, we are going to access an S3 bucket. So first of all, I'm going to create. I don't think I have an S3 bucket here. I'm going to create an S3 bucket. So I'm going to create an S3 bucket that is going to be accessed through from my private subnet. I'm going to call this um, VPC and endpoint bucket demo. Let's see if this name is available. Yeah, it is available. So I've created here my bucket. So let's try to access this bucket using the first scenario, using the internet. So to access my private instance, I will go. I have to go through the bastion host. So I'm going to access these using instance connect. While that is opening, I'm going to get here the private IP of my instance. Okay, and I'm going to SSH. All these steps I've showed in the previous videos of this playlist, so feel free to watch them. At Okay, I'm already here on my private instance. So if I try to list the buckets, I'm going to do AWS S3 LS, and a flag that I like using is the region, because sometimes we get an error trying to do this without specifying the region. So I'm on US East 1. So if I try to do this, uh, I have I don't have uh, I don't have the rights to do this operation. So I'm going to modify the role for this instance. So I'm going to create a role that is going to allow us to do that operation. So I'm going to create role. It's a EC2 one AWS service. Next. So I'm going to read, I want a read only S3. So I'm going to type here S3. Okay. I have here Amazon S3 read only access. I'm going to next. The role it's going to be EC2 to S3 read only. Okay, and create role. Mm, okay, I think everything is cool. Our role is being created. And one more thing that we can see on our instance here is that we have explicit internet access. If we do ping.com, it accepts. So okay. And after our role is created, I already have here. So EC2 to S3 read only, and I'm going to update it. And if we go back to to the to this session and issue the command again, here's my bucket that was created. So we are accessing this service but through the internet, like this first scenario here. So let's change things. So in order to test these without internet connection, I'm going to disable uh, internet traffic going out from this instance, I mean subnet. So under VPCs, I'm going to not, I'm going to route tables, and on the private subnet routing table, I'm going to edit one rule and remove this rule that routes the traffic to the NAT gateway device. So if I try to ping google.com, no success. And if I also try this command, also no success. We get a timeout. So let's take advantage of VPC endpoints to access this service using the AWS network. So under VPCs, I'm going to endpoint and I'm going to create an endpoint. I'm going to call this demo S3 endpoint. It's going to be the type of AWS service, and I'm going to search S3. So we have the type. A VPC endpoint can be of the type gateway and interface. So I'm going to choose the type of gateway. And by the way, the type of gateway only supports S3 and DynamoDB. So when we use an interface, we would have to set up a Elastic Network interface and stuff. But it's a simple process, and I'm just choosing this one because I'm used to this one. So I'm going to attach this to a VPC. It's going to be the demo VPC, and a route table that has to be updated is the private one. So this one, and the policies you can edit these, but for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to keep it as full access, and I'm going to create the endpoint. Okay, let me try to refresh this. I think it's already created. Yes, it is already created and available. So if we go back here and try to ping google.com, still no internet access. But if we try this command to list our buckets, we get what? It succeeded because now we are using the internal AWS cloud to access our services using a VPC endpoint. So I hope you guys like this hands-on, and this is all for this video, and see you on the next one, and thank you.